What is this guy? Don't get me wrong, this mod is great for you guys. This is the CJD Special Tunes mod. Oh my god, it does everything that I've been trying to do in BeamNG modding. This guy in one mod, it was just a very small mod, by the way. It's only like somehow 42 megabytes. I've not looked at it yet, but oh my god. This is like a year or two's worth of me doing content creation. This guy is released in one mod. I'm gonna have to. So I had like a road plan of like a sort of mods that I was going to do going into the future. A lot of that is done here. Now I'm gonna have to go a little bit harder. This is actually one idea I've had. I love old race cars, especially ones that went around places like Le Mans or other sort of like endurance races, and that is the final iteration of Group 5. Now, I could just go through and kind of like pick my favorite older car sort of thing that fits the idea of this, but I want it to at least be era correct, which means the years go from 1976 to 1983 at the latest for Group 5. Now, you may be thinking, oh great, the Civetta bolide. Well, sure, but they've already got, incorrectly labeled a Group 5, because this starts in 1984, so their Group 5 is actually a Group C? This is one that I've been hanging on to for a very long time. That irritates me, because that's the Group C era. I think actually it ends in 1982, meaning in that age range, apart from the Civetta bolide, maybe the Piccolina, but not really. The Brockel Moonhawk is really the only thing in this age range. Oh, an American Group 5 car? Did that even exist? Well, actually, there were a few things, including this Chevrolet Camaro. And to be honest, there's, I think, only one other car that, like, even slightly fits that descriptor, which would be this. Maybe that's it. The reason why I say it's only similar is it actually never went into Group 5, so I don't know why it's on this list of Group 5 silhouette racing. Sure, Listel, whatever this website is. I think I can do this. There's only a few things I have to keep in mind. I have to do some body modifications in a very specific way, mind you. You notice pretty much all of these? They're not really a subtle wide body. They're all basically the same panels that's on the car, just punched out wider. That's because that's actually in the rules. The panels have to stay the same, at least on the look, so they just get punched out. I know how to do that though. So create a new mod, Group 5 Moon, and we're going to start with the 3D file, which, there's going to be lots of different variations, isn't there? So we're just going to go through and hide everything that we're going to keep, and delete everything else we're not going to keep, like bumpers and stuff. We don't need any of the engine stuff, considering that that will be default, and after that, we'll bring everything back, and now we see what we need to mod. We're going to select this, and this rear tail section, go into edit mode, then, what do we want to grab? I reckon all of these bits, and finally with all of this painstakingly selected, we're gonna hit S, X, and would you look at that? I don't think there was really any limitation on how wide they could be, but I kinda get the feeling that's as wide as it should be. Oh, come on. A lot of them also seem to have like big ducts on the side where these openings are. Like here's a really great example of that. We do have an opening on the front, which is good for airflow, but on the back here, let's try out a little bit of a trick. First, we'll dissolve these, reselect them, go inset face, make said inset face, and then move back said inside face. So now it kind of looks a little bit like a vent, maybe? The next big thing is we're going to have to do something about this old front end here. Just like at a glance, just the shortest little glance, you're going to very quickly notice the front splitters on all these things. They are huge! And on here, it is not. So, grab the fenders and the hood here. Then, luckily this is only seemingly 3 lines here. Let's scale this down now to 0. And then make it even lower. Now let's move it forwards. Oh, do I not need to do really much editing at all? Is that good enough? Ooh, methinks we've gotten away with a bit of an easy. I think the front would be dropped down a little bit, but I feel like that might be just a little too much work. What if we start dropping it like this? Deselect a line and move it down some more. So it's not hugely down, but I think that little bit makes a bit of a difference. What is that? Some sort of front frame? You know what, actually, you probably don't need that. That just seems like extra weight. Actually, you know what? I think we need that for radiator support, so we'll hold that in there. Now for the suspension. This is where things get a lot trickier. The easiest thing to do would be to, like, select each individual part and scale it on the x-axis. Perfect. Nothing could possibly go wrong with just doing the super easy, simple way of doing this at all. Yep, perfect. I just know this is going to come back and bite me on the ass later. Oh no, I got rid of the suspension in the rear. Frick. You know what, actually, hold on. I don't think that's too much of an issue. All I should have to do is just kind of give wheel offset, because this is an independent rear suspension. This is a solid rear suspension vehicle. Now, I know that a lot of the times these Group 5s would actually put in custom suspension. I'm not going to. The next thing, we've got a really big tail with a lip at the end, usually. All right, and you come. This isn't gonna be atrocious in every way possible. This isn't starting to look stupid at all. Nope, this is fun and dandy. The more I do this, the more I realize how much extra work there's gonna be, because each one of these lights also has like a whole bunch of props attached to it, and I have to move all of these things further back as well, and I probably should have been measuring how far I'm moving things. Did I think to do that? No! No, I didn't! God damn it! You know what? Let's just start with working on this. So, body to start with. Rename this to have Group 5 everywhere, or G5. Just something to delineate the two. We're gonna grab this node offset, which is luckily here already. And, well, I was gonna add it to suspension, but apparently I can't find suspension either. And that's because suspension is on frame. God damn it, that's annoying. Well, whatever, let's just go down to the flex body section. And then, because I renamed everything to have underscore G5 on the end, now it should do that perfectly. And now, with a few little tweaks, we should have, yes, the rear fenders and the rocker covers are in there correctly. Me do words and things. We also got to do the trunk still, and the front fenders and the front nose cone. Those, however, are all different, like, sub things, so we got to do that separately. So, like, the front fenders are all separate, unfortunately. Okay, fenders. No, not fender flares, just the fenders themselves. And put all the new names in. And then, no, wrong one, hold on, right fender, there we go. Group 5 right fender. Hey, would you look at that? We've also got to do the hood, and the fact that the collision mesh doesn't line up at all. I wish this was in alphabetical order. Come on, where? Show me nose cone. And Group 5 for 4, yes, love it. Except we are going to get rid of a few things like this front bumper, which we don't need. Looking much better. We might do something about this line here. As you can see, once again, it's not a 3D object, so I can't just easily remove it. We'll just have to play a little bit with the UV unwrap. Basically, that's this. There'll be an image in this shape, and then there'll be a line just along here, basically, that is that silver bit. So we gotta fix that. I'll do that in my own time, though. I should probably do something about this radiator support. I'm gonna put the hood down in a second, but this is gonna be in the way. And if we try to look for the DAE, you can see that it comes up in the DAEs, but then it also shows up an engine. So you would think that this would be in the engine section, right? No, it's also in frame, it's also in radiator, and it's also in rad support. Though luckily, the rad support is not for all of these, it's just for particularly this, which is a group. So you have your nodes, which are like these things which create the triangles and whatnot. Then you've got your flex bodies, which would be these individual objects. And then you give a group to the flex body and a group to the nodes. That way, the flex body will say, we go to this group, and then the nodes say, hey, we are this group, and then that's how that attaches. So even though they got the same name here, that is not actually drawing upon the model, that is only the group, which means that apparently rad support is the place where rad support exists. So, rad support then, and put the extra name in there. And now if we go to radiator support, group 5 radiator support, yes, nice. Close enough. There is a bit of an air gap. Let's do the bonnet next. Drag it in, give it the right name, change the flex body. Well, that's pretty much everything. Oh, damn it, I have to do it on the rear too.
One extremely annoying shift later.
There. That wasn't a faff at all. Not even slightly. But at least we got it. Okay. Next is how to do suspension. I think I have an idea of how it is that I want to do this. First, we're going to take suspension. We'll start with F since that one's going to be the harder one to work with. Then let's have a look at all we've got here. God, there's a lot of things. Oh my god. I think we can do away with steering. We'll have just the race sway bar, just the race shock absorber, and then the same for the spring. Then give everything a unique moniker so then it doesn't conflict with other things. And then we're going to do something a bit tricky here. I'm going to use node offset again. So we're going to grab U and Control D. And then this is going to be front G5 offset. Then get rid of everything we don't need, because this is only just a placeholder. Get rid of these ones we don't need. And this one is going to be something like this, and we'll put that in there. Except this is going to be offset. Copy that. Put that there. This will then go here. Wider front suspension. Okay, so we're just gonna simple this down to currently just 0.5. Half a meter offset. Should be perfect. And hey, front suspension offset. Perfect.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Oh no, I know what I did wrong. This is meant to go here, and then this is meant to go here. Okay, now if we do a quick little refresh. Perfect. What? It's not moving the wheels. Okay. Track offset, can we go up to 0.2? No, we can't. All right. Let's try a little bit of treachery then. Now the track offset, there we go. We can go up to, we're currently at 0.2 offset. And apply, and then unpause. Perfect. Okay, we want it to be wider than that. And would you know it? That's looking pretty good on the front. You know, that wasn't meant to happen. I was gonna say, I don't want to have just a weak, piddly little engine in here, so we're gonna change this up to, like, Thunder 8? Sure, that'll work. And grab some side pipes, because they'll work better. Maybe. Ugh, might have to change that. And also change the other fender, because I forgot that somehow. Let's see what it drives like. Oil starvation, apparently. That is a lot of wheel spin. Oh, yeah, I suppose, despite my wheel change, I forgot to put on race wheels themselves. Ooh. Big, drifty boy with basically a minor bit of trike action going in the way that, like, the front is really wide and the back is still considerably narrower. That is quite the difference. Oh shit, we can deal with that later. Let's go ahead and try putting on some race wheels. Oh, hold on. That almost, yeah, you know what, that looks good. I mean, good subjective, but accurate. There we go. That's looking good. Except for the fact that we now have like massive leverage on our suspension, so it is incredibly soft. That's gonna be an issue. Can we... Okay, good. We can up to race. Oh dear. I've not changed the names. You know what? It doesn't matter. Let's just pick one. Same with the springs. We'll go with the race front spring. Then same with the sway bar. That could also be a race. Is that at least... I mean, it's a little bit stiffer, so that works. Let's tackle this rear suspension now. Suspension rear. We can just go ahead and grab this and stick that in at the top. And then we're gonna do similar things, except this is all going to be rear. And now for you, rear suspension offset, good. Go with you. Then wider, good, that looks good, but our wheels are not having any of it. Yeah. There we go, yep, not attached. That's fine, I know how to do that. What we want is track offset rear. And that'll be up to, what was it? I think 0.3. Yeah, 0.3 on the front, 0.3 on the rear. Come on! Now if we unpause, hey, would you look at that? You'll also notice that I made a bit of a rear diffuser. That is for more ground effect. Now you'll also notice I didn't put a lip on here. That's because I want to put on my own, like just a little bit of a modifier. We go into the Moonhawk boot. We have slots, spoiler. We're gonna add the node offset to this. We'll just grab it from here because we've already got it written down. Put that in there. And then the X position is fine, whatever. Y position, we're gonna move that back. Oh, I don't know how much. What, it was probably about here? 20 centimeters? 0.2. Then in here, we'll put on the spoiler. Plate spoiler? Yeah, good, except too far. Wow, the only thing we want now is a lot more downforce. So we'll do a wing in a bit, but for now I just want to see what it handles like. Yeah. Pull this fat turd away. Oh, that rear suspension is not very well stuck on. What is happening? Why is the rear suspension so wibbly wobbly? What the hell? Oh, I think I know why. So usually the suspension would be in line right up and down, but we've got node offset, so the suspension is now on a weird angle. So if we move this side to side, we got a lot of wibbly wobbliness that we otherwise wouldn't have. I wonder if I just undo the node offset. Node offset back to 0, save, come over here, refresh, and good, things aren't broken. Seems fairly rigid, however. Having the nodes be like that, though, is apparently not helping it. And understeer. Lots and lots of understeer. And lots of wheel spin. Okay, we have to do something about the shuddering rear wheels. Let's start with spring. What nodes do they attach to? Since we got AXSR and RS1R. Okay, I don't know these nodes at all. We got RS1R here and AXSR. Okay, cool. Then what the hell is AXSHR? That seems to be shock related, so we can leave them. Good, so all we need to do is move AX3R, AX1R, and AX2R. Then if we refresh, it won't move the spring or damp, but it will move that further out. What if we change the node weight? So node weight here is 16, here it's 4.7. Let's change that to like 5 and refresh. What do we got? Give it to me straight. Good. Okay. Our node weight is still good. We're under 1400. Oh, that's not a good. Lots of front lockup. Well, you know what we need? A lot more front aero. I think I know how to do that. Here we've got lift. There we go. That's what we want. We want lift and stall. That's what we need for wings. Let's grab you. I don't know if lift 90 is a good number or not. So here's hoping. Let's have a look at something like, it's like a Hirochi SBR, I think. Now, if we go down to the triangle section, I swear it'll be here somewhere. Don't fail me now. Lift of 220 and 30. Okay, cool. Let's go big splitter as well, because I'm assuming the splitter is going to be very different. 500? Oh my god! I mean, sure. We'll just have more drag than apparently zero drag coefficient. So, goodbye to you guys, and hello to the no big fatness. Alright, this thing should now have buttloads of front downforce. That gearing is way too long. They are not generating a lot of downforce. Okay, that's a thing. Maybe not having the same width on the front tires is not the greatest idea. Okay, now without anything breaking, let's try this out. A little bit fat and hefty. Okay, yeah, that does alright. We could still do with a lot more front grip. And just a whole lot of downforce overall. I think we might add an entire wing plane to the whole vehicle. Just add a buttload of downforce, considering that these things would probably be generating at least 2 tons of downforce. It is now 2 a.m. I've been working on this too long. There has been many things just wildly going wrong. And no matter what I do, I can't keep this boot lid closed. I don't understand. I don't know how boot latches work, but it's being a pain in the butt. Luckily though, if you drive, the downforce from it should hold it down. Now, there is one little problem. Too much front traction from aero. Having the amount of power that the turbos from the bolide creates makes this really hard to drive. So, why not also add on a bolide wing? Solves 2 problems in one. Because it stops the boot lid from opening. Great! And this gives a plenty of downforce. I really should be adding a lot more downforce though. This thing is not creating nearly enough downforce, and the top speed is ridiculous. Look at that. We're getting close to 200 miles per hour in a boxy vehicle. So thank you, bolide, very much appreciated. I went to more than just the effort of like faking a turbocharger. This thing is actually turbocharged. We got the turbochargers there, goes around here. I put an intercooler in, which apparently isn't working properly, whatever. The charge pipe comes up, I bulge the hood, I put it into here, it still goes through a carburetor because, I mean, it's an American vehicle. So yeah, the final thing is I have done a lot to get this to be more stable, and I don't think anybody knows how BeamNG nodes and beams work. This is just ridiculous. I hate it. So really the last thing to do is to take this around a racetrack. God, this thing is unwieldy. What's it doing? Why is my steering wheel doing that? Okay. There is some weird force feedback artifacts we're getting at the moment. I can do this. God, that turbo lag is hilariously bad. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I can steer. It must have been the damage I'd done. But I'm not gonna go full speed through here. Oh, lots of understeer. Still wheel spin at nearly 200 kilometers an hour. Oh, it wants to understeer a lot. But don't worry, we've got this under control. Whoa! Okay, steering wheel. Doing weird things. Oh, brakes aren't as good as a fast car. Whew. I mean, we got racing slicks on here. Oh. Do I have a fast ratio steering box? I'll probably go with something a little bit faster, couldn't I? And then, oh, brake coming down into here. Oh, this is... I could actually see the engine under here. I don't think I'd ever noticed that before. Come on. I think that's called no name. Oh, oh, that was only a little dent. That's fine. We should still have steering. Oh my god. Just the earth-shattering power we're getting out of this thing is ridiculous. Okay, I think I need more frontward downforce, but it is 2 a.m. This is the sort of thing I'm gonna fix at another point in time, because this video has been going on for too long. Ah, okay, that's the thing that happened. Come on, turn, and power on. Oh, goodness. Turn. Ah, not that much. Oh my god, just that power. Oh, come on, turn left. All right, Blanchimont. Can we go flat out through Blanchimont? Okay, I do not have enough front downforce. Oh, this is not going so well. I think I needed whatever that is. That's not a healthy vehicle. Gonna be honest. Oh, that axle hop is horrendous. The second gear burns out just as easy as first gear. Okay, this might take a little bit of full sweat syndrome. Ah, come on. Really? Oh my god, now I can't keep it in a straight line? Jesus, what is happening? Ugh. And across the line in a 2:14. That's an abysmally slow lap. Oh my god. That sucks. Okay, come to a stop. Come to a stop. Okay. Good, yep, good for you. Well, I did a little bit of driving around the Nürburgring after that, and I found out that it actually wasn't really understeering. What it was is, I could turn the steering wheel a lot more. It's that there was this, like, really undefined tipping point where then it would turn into terminal oversteer, and that's what I was afraid of. I reckon with a lot more experience, you could get a lot better at driving this thing at speed. So you could see I'm still struggling quite a lot here, which is very unfortunate. But that does lead me to the end of the video. This will be up on the BeamNG repository for you to download once it is approved. But for now, I would like to thank my channel members. You guys are very much appreciated. I mean, you appreciate me more than I appreciate not crashing into walls. But for now, I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.